Baylor won tonight. They beat West Virginia at home, which means that they are tied for first place in the Big 12 with Texas, who lost. So, Tyler, who are you more in on out of those two? Right? Are you backing Baylor? Are you backing Texas? Who do you think is more likely to win this league? Who do you think is more dangerous in March? Or is it just one of those things where these are both really damn good basketball teams?
I'm backing Texas. I think Texas is a better team. And that's not a knock against Baylor because I think they're playing really well. They got off to a bad start in the Big 12, but I really like Timmy Allen from Texas. I really like the young kid Mitchell, the athletic big, and their guards for Texas. I think Texas is a contender, but Baylor's starting to be the team a lot of people thought they would be, though.
Yeah,
I like if I'm picking, you went Texas too.
No, I'm just asking you who you'd go with.
Well, Tyler, one thing about this show that Rob will teach you, it's okay to be wrong on this show because Rob knocks that out of the park consistently. And I think you're wrong on this one, T. I think you're wrong. I love Baylor. They've got guards, and boy, do they shoot it. Boy, do they shoot it. My man LJ Cryer went bananas today, and Keontae George, he's got a little Caleb Love got a little Caleb Love in him. Like he's gonna try to take over games at the end. He has that ability. And Adam Flagler, he's another guy that was on top 10 shooting guards in the country, whatever award that is. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but he made that list too. I feel like Baylor plus Scott Drew. You have a coach there who's done it. He's won a national championship, and he's done it with rosters similar to this one. They don't defend like a Baylor team has typically defended. However, it has gotten better. But that guard play and their ability to score at such a high level, I mean, that makes them different in my mind. Plus, I just at that point, like I feel like this Baylor team's a team that not enough people are. I feel like that's the team that people are aware that they're there, but they're projected at a 2 line. And that's something that they're just not getting that much attention for a team that's sitting on the 2 line. That's a team that can make a run to the Final Four because of that guard play. That stuff matters in my mind.
You know what they are? They're Whataburger Miami. That's what they are. Baylor and Miami are the exact same thing.
Is that a compliment or a negative? I'm not sure your stance on Whataburger.
I mean, it's really good. How could you have any other stance?
So you think it's a better version of Miami or a fast food version of Miami?
It's
so like I don't understand this.
Miami. I'm saying they're the Big 12 version. They're basically the same team.
Okay.
No?
So Whataburger's in the state of Texas. Is that what you're telling me? I've been to Whataburger in Florida. That's a terrible analogy.
It was a great analogy.
It was a horrible analogy.
It was a great analogy. Anyway, listen, they're the same team. Great guards, don't really defend. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's something to be said there. I don't know that Miami doesn't defend because they defended today. There was a game plan in place. They defended today. What are their metrics, man? What are their metrics?
They're outside the top 100 on KenPom. Baylor is 79th. Baylor, by the way, they threw that 1-1-3 zone that Scott Drew always loved back in the day before he started playing defense.
I like that. We had to do that a little bit when Keontae George loses a little defensive focus. I don't think that they're like that entire team's a bad defensive team. I feel like sometimes because Keontae's younger, like his focus isn't where it needs to be as a freshman on the defensive end in the Big 12. So if he misses a rotation, a lot of their defensive principles break down. Like you're willing to live with it because he's so freaking talented offensively. So I'm going to argue just for the sake of arguing. That's what I'm doing here. That's what
we do here, Tyler. We just argue for the sake of arguing.
That's why you bring me here.
I'm rolling with Miami. I think Miami's much better than Baylor. The only reason I say that is because I think they're a more veteran team. I think they went to Elite Eight last year. I think Wong is probably a contender for the ACC Player of the Year. He can do more than just score, pass the ball, dish it out. Great leader. So we'll see. I think Miami can score from a lot of different options.
You know what else they have? They're a little bit bigger in the backcourt. Like that's my one worry with Baylor is, LJ Cryer is what, 6'2", Flagler's 6'2" on a good day. Keontae, how big is Keontae George? 6'4", 6'5"?
6'3.5". 6'3", 6'3.5", 6'4", something like that.
They don't have a ton of size. I do just want to give another shout out. Every time Jonathan Chamwa does something, it's that dude. There was a real chance that he wasn't going to walk again, and tonight he came out almost a year to the day. I think 1 year and 1 day to the day when he had that devastating knee injury. He had 11 points, 3 boards, played 24 minutes. He didn't take a 3 tonight, which was a little bit disappointing. I was all in on the JTT 3-point shooter bandwagon. But listen,